going on, guys and gals? Sanitary 103. Thanks for watching yet another video. Now this video is not really health and fitness related, so if you're looking for some health and fitness advice for this particular video, you're not gonna probably get it, okay? This is just me venting about what happened yesterday, and I'm only human. So basically I went to the movies with my wife, and as I was going into the parking lot, I had the right of way, and there was this guy to my right, and he almost like T-boned me. He didn't come to a complete stop, so I had to brake. So after that happened, I didn't really get a look at his face. I kind of just, made sure he didn't hit me. And then I kind of, as I'm driving by, I kind of just put my hand up, kind of like whatever, So I keep going. I try to find a parking spot. And then for some reason, I guess the guy's still behind me. And then I make a right turn, try to find a parking spot. And then the guy just aggressively zooms right past me in the parking lot really fast with like other people walking around. And he just beeps the crap out of me. He's like, beep, just like beeps me all like aggressively, right? So with me, probably shouldn't have beeped, okay, objectively speaking, just let it go. But in the heat of the moment, I got a little pissed off and I beeped him back. After I beeped him back, I made a right turn to find a parking spot and I parked. As that happened, I see the guy backing right up, right? He backs all the way up. And then as I'm in the car still, he's right behind me now and he's waiting for me, right? My wife's in the passenger side, right? The one thing is I don't want to endanger my wife. It's just not worth it, or I don't want to endanger anybody, okay? So my wife's kind of like a little concerned, and she's like, is the guy waiting there? I'm like, yeah, he's waiting there. She's like, okay, just lock the door or whatever. And I'm just kind of looking in the rear view mirror, and he gets out of his car. At this point, I'm like, okay, is this guy going to approach me into my car? Because, he's just step away from my boundary. I didn't want him to go on the passenger side. I didn't want him to damage my wife's car. I was driving her car at the time. So he kind of like steps out, and I could see him. He's a little bit further away from my trunk. So I'm like, forget this, dude. I got to see what's happening. So I open the door, and I don't get out completely, but I kind of, open the door, and I look at him, and I just say, yeah, and he just starts going off on me. He's like, what are you doing honking at me, blah, blah, blah. No. I'm just thinking in my head, like, it happened all too fast. And I said, you're the one that honked at me and you nearly cut me off. This guy basically just has road rage. So he kind of just like, was approaching me, but not completely. And then the weird thing is that, I don't know if it was his son or if it was his nephew, but this little punk kid comes out, and obviously he's not a really good role model, because this kid comes out and he's probably like 13 or something, and he's just like mean mugging me like this, like he wants to fight or something. And then this guy's just like, you better watch where you're honking, this and that, watch where you're going. At that point, it's just like, this is not worth it. I don't want to escalate the situation. Yes, there's a part of me, trust me, that wanted to say, in quote, I want to tell him to fuck off, okay? Sorry for my language, but these lowlifes are not worth it. And the only reason why I did this video is this happened like 3 weeks ago right after work. It was the same type of situation. This guy was jaywalking across an intersection area, and I don't really care. If you jaywalk, I'm not one of those people that are going to say, oh, you're jaywalking. If I was a cop, I want to go, oh, I'm going to give you a citation. I don't care. But that guy was, jaywalking right in front of me, and there's all these cars behind me, and he said that I nearly hit him, which I didn't. And then he goes and complains to me that I shouldn't have almost hit him when he's the one that should be going on a crosswalk, okay? So it's just crazy, and that guy actually told me to get out of the car. Once again, at a stoplight or after work, and I'm not gonna do that. And it's just like, you're asking for an ass whipping, And the guy yesterday, I was obviously outmanned, but the other one was like a little kid, whatever. But I was with my wife, we're going to the movie in the broad daylight. It's just really, really stupid out there. There's a lot of just crazy people out there. I don't know. I just had a vent, okay? So it's just really, really dumb. It just bothers me that there's so many like crazy people out there, but I just got to know that it's just not worth it at this point. So in the future, I'm definitely not going to honk back or anything. If someone flips me off, whatever, it gives me some road rage, I'm just going to ignore it and try to diffuse the situation. And if you ever find yourself in a situation, I advise that you try to let your pride go and just get away from the situation. It's just not worth it. If you've had this situation, which some of you guys and gals may have, I definitely would like to hear from it. But especially if you're like younger, because I have some people that are younger in the audience. If this was me about 10 years ago, I mean, I'm not lying. My filter wasn't as good back in the day, okay? I probably would have said something back and called him a bitch or something, and then who knows what would have happened. You could have had a gun, could have had a knife. Alright guys, that's about it for this video. Thanks for listening if you got this far, and definitely I'm going to try to stay out of trouble. It seems to kind of find me at times, but I'll see you guys in a couple days. Bye. And you want to just go back and forth and hold it just like that.